Wow! The Avengers is opening tonight. Wednesday the 25th of April 2018. Avengers is opening in the UK tonight. The first screenings are midnight. I am going to book myself a ticket right now on my phone. And guys, listen, welcome to my channel. Thank you very much for joining in. If you are new here, please do hit the big red subscribe button down below so you can keep in touch with all of my content from now on, and hit the notification bell. And it's just great to have you on board. I don't do lots of film reviews here, but Avengers Infinity War is so relevant because they filmed a large part of it here in Edinburgh in Scotland, my hometown, my city. I'm going to show you some of that later on. But for now, let's just get to the cinema. Let's go and watch this epic movie. Can't wait.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us,
Nobody's leaving.
Wow! I don't know where to start. I don't know what to say. It is 3 in the morning here in Edinburgh. I'm exhausted, but I am high as well at the same time. That was amazing. I'm going to do the review of the film on this vlog. But wow, Edinburgh was in Avengers for like 8 solid minutes. In fact, you know what? On the way home, let me just show you this. Okay, I'm stopped here in Coburn Street in Edinburgh on the way home. It is 3:22 in the morning. I wanted to take photos and videos of the filming location, one of the main filming locations, and like, I just can't believe how prominent Edinburgh was. And there's a lot of other people here who have obviously seen the movie, who have driven straight here to take photos of the scene as well. They used one particular shop within this Edinburgh scene on Coburn Street, here on Coburn Street. It is a cupcake shop. During the movie, they actually turned it into a kebab shop. There was a very funny moment when they zoomed in tight close up to a sign that was in the window of the kebab shop which said something along the lines of, "We sell deep fried kebabs."
what?
How stereotypical. Had to throw that in there. But it was just so cool seeing Edinburgh on like a big massive Hollywood production. Like, incredible. Let's go out and check it out. This place right here, this shop was in the movie. So the shop they used is Kate's Cupcake, right? If I was Kate's Cupcake, I would be cashing in on this. Big time. Like, the movie's just been out tonight since midnight and already people are lining up to take photos outside the shop. So, Kate's Cupcake, get in there. Quickly. Right there. I'm going to walk up now in front of it and like kind of recreate that scene. Kind of. Look, people are just lining up to take photos and it's 3:30 in the morning. The movie's been out since midnight. That's mad. That is crazy. That is so funny. Edinburgh on the big screens in Hollywood. That's like, I can just see a big boom of people coming over here. People are already coming over here for Outlander and Trainspotting and all that, but now Avengers. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to do a review of this movie in the morning, as soon as I wake up. But then I'm going to do another video as soon as possible, giving you guys a location tour of all the places that appeared in Avengers in Edinburgh. Anyway, I'm going home, I'm going to sleep, and I'll catch you guys again in the morning with the review. Alright guys, I am back from the cinema. As you can see, I have made our free Lego Avengers Infinity War Lego spaceship. Anyway, the film. Wow, what an adventure. As I said to you guys at the start of this, I am not a massive superhero fan, Marvel. Like, I like some of the films, but like, I don't know, it's never ever gripped me. So this is an interesting review, a perspective of someone who has never been massively in that world, but I totally respect it. And I do quite like it. And actually, I saw Black Panther a couple of months ago, an amazing film, absolutely loved it. So I think a lot of the thing about this film is the fear of all of the different movies over the last 10 years. The last 10 years of Marvel movies clashing together in one grand, epic battle. And that's exactly what happened. And people were worried what would happen to the tone of all the characters and their movie sets and how would that come together? But you know what, guys? Let me just calm your fears right now. It was incredible. The Russo brothers, they have done such a good job in bringing that together. The material they were all working with was absolutely sensational. It was just nail-bitingly epic from the get-go. Here's something I will say, right? I need to get this out of my chest. I need to speak about this. Edinburgh. A lot of you guys will already know they were filming Avengers Infinity War in Edinburgh last summer. They spent a couple of months in town in the city centre of Edinburgh filming the various locations. And if you haven't seen it yet, let me tell you right now, it featured very prominently. In fact, I would say Edinburgh featured as prominently as the other main setting, which was New York. Those were the two real-life places he used, and Edinburgh and New York got equal footing. I think that is just absolutely amazing. As soon as that came on, like I was watching the film here in Edinburgh last night, the cinema was absolutely packed, and every single screen in every single cinema in Edinburgh was showing Avengers Infinity War at 1 minute past midnight last night. Every single one. And I can tell you, when we all saw Edinburgh on the big screen, there was a collective gasp across the cinema screens in Edinburgh. It was just so awesome to see that. We saw the Royal Mile, various locations in the Royal Mile. We saw Cockburn Street, which I took you guys to last night after seeing the film, and obviously as well, Waverley Station. Anyway, Infinity Wars, where can I start? You can see why this was the second most expensive production ever made. Like, the level of detail they've went into in this has just been absolutely amazing. And I think there's going to be little bits of spoilers from here on in, so just be very cautious about what I'm going to say, right? Thanos, okay? He is the main baddie. And this was the whole plotline of the movie. He was trying to gather all of the powers from the Infinity Stones. This whole movie was broken up into sections of him trying to achieve that goal. And he did it one by one, and all throughout we were watching the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxies, all coming together to try and thwart his plans. I think this has probably been one of the biggest criticisms of the Marvel characters and movies over the years, is that the bad guy, the main evil villain of it, has never really given enough depth, has never really been a true baddie like you can really fear. But wow, Thanos is a badass mofo. Let me tell you that right now. Thanos, we knew from the right at the get-go, at the minute it started, he meant business and he was not going to stop until he had got his way. Even the first few minutes of watching Avengers Infinity War was the coldness in Thanos and like the brutality of him. He chucked Hulk about the room as if he was an empty tracksuit. That is the type of badass we're talking here. Thanos. What a character. Thanos wanted to gather all of the stones to give him all the powers of the universe to basically do what he wanted. And his plan was this. Spoiler. Back on his own planet, like many of the planets around the galaxy, famine and overpopulation were a big problem. And his simple solution to these problems was to wipe out instantly half of every population of every planet and of every galaxy. That is how he was going to deal with population control to save people, in his view, right? Thanos was a bit like the Hitler of the galaxies, you could say, in a Marvel setting. And I think this was a real interesting part, the depth of the Thanos character. He believed in his mind he was doing the right thing. He knows there's problems around the galaxies with population control, with famine, with people going hungry and dying. And he thought his plan of wiping out half of every population was the way to save all the planets and all the people. He wanted to be the god that brought peace to the universe. By killing off half of every population, he would achieve that because all the planets would then thrive, right? And we basically saw that plot roll out. I think one thing I will say, right, if I had a negative about this, I really like the dynamics between all the characters. And even though they all come from very different movies, I think they gelled very well. The storyline came together very nicely. But I think sometimes the humour and the attempts at comedy were a little bit forced. That would be my biggest negative of the film. They did seem a bit forced, and I don't know how the jokes and stuff are perceived where you are in the world, but most of the jokes fell pretty flat in the cinema I was watching. There weren't that many big laughs. I don't know, that was just the impression I had. I didn't like the jokes that much. I just thought they were just a bit predictable, a bit flat. Anyway, like, that's not to take away from the dynamic ways in which all those characters came together. And like, this movie just had every Hollywood celebrity seemed to be in this movie in one way or another. Everybody from all the Marvel movies over the last decade were in this in one way or another, and it was just so funny and epic to see them all together in one place. Like, That was my big takeaway. Like, such good acting, and also what a badass guy Thanos was. What a great character. And I think the thing that was really interesting about Thanos for me is that they painted him in a way of a modern day dictator in the world that we live in now. Like, the dangers of every dictator, flawed, right? They might think they're doing the right thing. They might think they are being kind to people by doing what they're doing, but you know, everybody else knows it is evil. And we saw that kind of conflict play out throughout the whole movie. And the only way he would ever achieve what he wanted to achieve, get all the stones and get all the powers so that he could instantly click his fingers and wipe out half of the people and half of the aliens, or half of the what do you call them, creatures of every single planet and every single galaxy. He wanted to do that in a blink. Spoiler alerts galore, guys. Spoiler alerts, okay? And to achieve one of those stones, right? This is what was really powerful for me. He had to kill his adopted daughter, Gamora, right? Gamora, big character in Avengers. Adopted daughter of Thanos. Throughout the whole movie, we were thinking, like, does Thanos care for Gamora? And I think it culminated in a way when we got to the climax of their relationship. We saw that he truly did care for her. In fact, he loved her. And therein lies the secret of the Soul Stone, one of the stones that Thanos needed to get to build up his armory. In order to get the Soul Stone, he would have to give a sacrifice of somebody he loved. And that was the moment we realized actually he did love Gamora. We saw some real emotion in his character there when he sacrificed her. He grabbed her hand and chucked her off the cliff to her death. I just went through all the emotions you can go through in that cinema. Emotions, like, that is one of the big things. I was exhausted afterwards. I wanted to come right home and do the review, but I was exhausted. Like, it takes a lot out of you to watch a film that good. It was long, 2.5 hours, but it was absolutely epic. And what I would say is this, and this is another bit of a spoiler, but I think a lot of people will work this out already. Black Panther plays a very big part. Wakanda is the homeland of the people of the Black Panther, the Wakandans, and yeah, that is where the ultimate epic battle took place. I think you can get away with watching Avengers Infinity Wars without watching pretty much any of the other Marvel superhero films, right? That is actually what this movie was designed to be. You could come in without being any big fan of any of the other movies and still enjoy it. Absolutely. But what I would say, because Wakanda and Black Panther had such a big role in it, I would suggest that is the one movie above all the others it would be sensible to check out and watch. Okay? Black Panther, absolutely. If you have time to watch it before watching Avengers Infinity War, I would highly suggest it. It just brings a lot of pieces together that I think you would be missing if you didn't know. Okay? I don't really do movie reviews, but I'm going to give this 5 stars out of 5. I guess that is the way you do it. 5 out of 5 for me. Guys, I'm going to do a filming location tour here in Edinburgh over the next few days for you guys about Avengers Infinity War here in Edinburgh, because why wouldn't I? I live here in Edinburgh. They filmed here in Edinburgh. Let's do it. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. I would like to give a massive, warm, special shout out to all those who are supporters of mine on Patreon. Patreon.com/SeanVlog. The financial support you give makes this channel possible, and you could join in from as little as $1 a month if you would be interested. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a great night, morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is wherever you are in the world. Take care.